Thank you. Thanks for having me here. I'd like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for hosting this, and it's not often I get a chance to sit in this seat because this is where our city attorney normally sits. I just want to tell you a little bit about my background. I'm a lifelong Camarillo resident. I'm married to my wife's name is Janet. She's a teacher at Soma School this year. I have two daughters, Madeline and Miranda, who are students here in town. We have a family business in Camarillo since 1954. My dad started it with about 5,000 residents in the city of Camarillo, and we weren't even incorporated in those days. He passed away 2 years ago, and I became the owner of the family business here. I've had the pleasure of serving you on this dais since 1996. I have a business background. I feel that that allows me to be uniquely qualified to carry on with the great service that we've had from the past council members, and we will into the future as well. The last 4 years, we've made some great progress in our city. We have a contract with LSSI to run our library. We've expanded the factory outlets. We've kept improving the quality of our roads, and we've also expanded our sales tax base, which should be able to help us greatly into the future. However, the work is not completed yet. We have state economic woes here. We have the demise of the redevelopment agency that has served this city so well, and we've also had some issues with our job base and various other things that have affected the residents of our city with the downturn of the economy. I have the experience and the energy, and I look forward to serving you for the next 4 years.
Thank you, Councilmember Kildee. Next to his immediate left is Bill Little.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here this evening. I am running for City Council because I love this city. I came here 24 years ago as your city manager. Camarillo had lost more than $25 million in bad investments and poor management. I was recruited for the job because of my experience as a city manager and because my reputation as a strong financial manager. I spent my first 4 years rebuilding the city's finances. When we emerged from that ordeal, we were stronger and better able to serve the public. During my 11 years as your city manager, we accomplished many good things. I'd like to mention a couple of them. One was we facilitated the construction of the Camarillo Premium Outlets. We revitalized the business district in Old Town, and we secured the Camarillo Ranch for public use and historical site, saving Adolfo Camarillo's home for future generations. As your councilman, I will continue to strengthen the financial condition of the city. In today's climate and with the financial problems of the state, we must be vigilant that these problems do not become our problems. To promote the economic development and job growth, I will ask the council to reestablish the position of Director of Economic Development, which I had when I was in City Manager. We will maintain our high level of public safety in the city of Camarillo. I support the proposed Camarillo High School, Academic High School. I served on the Citizens Advisory Committee. I am convinced it will enhance and create my educational opportunities for our kids. Finally, I strongly support reasonable growth on growth controls. We have a beautiful city, and we want to keep it that way. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Little.
Good evening. I would like to thank the Chamber for hosting this forum, but most of all, I want to thank all of you here and watching on TV for showing such interest in the well-being of our city. There are 4 reasons why I'm running for the City Council. I love this city, and I know Camarillo from living in it for 37 years. I have lived here as a child, a young adult, and now a responsible adult. I have gained a unique perspective, as well as experience and knowledge of Camarillo, that I will bring to the City Council. I also want to bring new vision and new energy to the City Council and be the next generation on it. A new base of experience must be put in place now, and I believe I'm that individual. Second, my experience and knowledge as a certified professional project manager, working at Amgen for 11 years and Farmers Insurance for the past 4, have provided me the tools and techniques to get projects done successfully, on time, and under budget. This is vital because much of what they do on the City Council is project management work. Third, I have volunteered within the community. I'm the Vice President of the Camarillo Arts Council, the group that puts on the summer concerts and movies in the park. I'm the Vice Chairman of the Citizens Advisory Committee, and I'm the head usher at St. Mary Magdalene Parish, where I lead around 40 ushers. I believe that becoming a City Council member is the next way that I can help the citizens of Camarillo. Fourth, I would bring a fiscally responsible attitude and ensure both a balanced budget and balanced growth for Camarillo. Initiate more new neighborhood watches to protect the citizens of Camarillo, attract businesses and jobs, and continue to oppose the commercialization of the Camarillo Airport. I would also support the building of a new high school in Camarillo. I thank you very much for your interest, and I'm looking forward to the forum this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chris Valenzano.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Chamber, for hosting this event. I believe that there comes a time in every city's history when the leadership must begin to transition from one generation to the next. For the great city of Camarillo, I believe that that time is now. This election, we need to focus on electing individuals who have a true vested interest in the city's future. As a lifelong resident, a husband, and a father of 3 beautiful children, I believe that I do have a true vested interest in our city. Interests that include preserving and maintaining our open space and our lush agricultural lands, minimizing traffic congestion, maintaining our quality of life, and remaining resolved to the community's historical motto that the people are the city. As such, my first goal after taking office would be to fight to try to place large zoning ordinance changes into the hands of the residents through use of the ballot box to prevent the city from overbuilding and to allow the residents to truly have a voice in the city's future. I'd seek to turn back the council members' salaries to what it was before the city had to lay off employees due to budget cuts. While it may not seem like much money to most, I believe that it's a matter of principle and the council's duties to put others first. I believe it sends a wrong message for the city's leadership to take any raise, no matter how small, while they lay off staff or decrease programs and services. I will seek to bring businesses back to the city, as Bill had mentioned, to fill our vast empty open space and our commercial real estate by creating the same full-time position that he's seeking to recreate. I would also ensure that Camarillo gets what it has been waiting for many years now, a new high school for our city's youth. As for my background, I'm a local businessman helping to run our family locally owned and operated business here in Camarillo. I'm a staff sergeant and reservist in the United States Air Force, which led me to serve in Operation Iraqi Freedom. I'm a past president of the Ventura County Board of Education, a former legislative staff member from the California State Assembly, and a current emergency manager and a DoD hazmat technician. I hope I can count on your support this election.
Thank you, Mr. Valenzano. Mr. Puneet Sharma.
Thank you. Good evening. I am Puneet Sharma and I'm running for the Camarillo City Council. I want to thank the Camarillo Chambers of Commerce for putting on this forum this evening. Why I am running for City Council? I'm running because I have a vision of how Camarillo can be the country's most livable city. That vision is possible only by preserving a unique combination of technology, business, open space, and agriculture. What is my plan? Jumpstart the city economy, attract more diverse business than we have now, forge new ties with businesses, universities, and the community to create new jobs, promote innovations in agriculture, preserve open space, and streamline government functions, develop more educational opportunities from at least one new high school, and communicate with parents and school leaders and our students. Our children and their children should have the same opportunities your parent and their parent have had. Upgrade the city infrastructure, not only brick and mortar, but also improve transportation. There is also electronic infrastructure. We should be able to conduct more city business online. As an IT director of Oxnard Union High School District and a faculty member at California State University, Channel Island, I know how to get this done. Improve communication online and face-to-face with the city resident. I will hold meetings in your neighborhood and be available on the internet and in person. And we should only be talking about a pay raise only if our important programs like public transport, education, traffic management are adequately addressed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. Mr. Matt Lorimer.
My name's Matt Lorimer. I've lived in Camarillo for 17 years. I'm married. I have a son. I'm running for city council basically because the community and basically the world, as we know it, in the last 4 years, we've been in the worst depression since the Great Depression, basically. People are still struggling. And I'm running basically because we need somebody who understands what it's like not to have a job, what it's like not to work 2 jobs. And they want a city to understand that. And they want to know that the decisions they make are going to basically impact them. Prime example of why we need new leadership in the city of Camarillo. This year in April, your city council, and one of the councilmen, Kevin Kildee, basically, passed the largest tax increase. For example, if you were to get a project done and you go into the planning commission and it couldn't get approved, you'd have to come to this forum. That basically used to cost you $950. It now costs you $2,349. If you're a business owner and you need a variance in your project, it used to cost you $1,500 and now costs you $48.98. The middle class have been hit hard. Businesses have been hit hard. This is no time to raise your taxes. It was the wrong thing to do of the city council. And on top of that, they give themselves 5 pay raises. Who do they really represent? Think about it. You're struggling and you want to grow more business in this community and they're raising taxes. Now they'll call it a user fee. It's a tax, okay? And to top it off, we have over 100 empty buildings and over 1 million square feet that's empty on the side of the freeway. So I hope you'll consider basically electing somebody new. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lorimer.